on a plane, and it was like scary because there was like hijackers that was gonna come on the plane, and our pilot, they flew in, and we were in a storm. And before that, when we were about to take off, we were in a Frozen, like the movie Arendelle world. Then we flew up into the sky, and there was a pilot that hijacked us, and the pilot jumped from the other plane, and the door was like open because it was like a UPS truck that was flying, but that turned into a plane. And then the hijacker came, and then he was fighting with our pilot, and it was like crazy. Everyone was throwing punches at each other, and it was like crazy. And the pilot, like, that pilot gave a middle finger to our pilot, so then our pilot gave a middle finger to the other pilot. So then the pilot that hijacked us, he wanted to overwhelm him with middle fingers. So he gave 2 middle fingers, and then afterwards, since he gave 2 middle fingers, he had to use 2 hands. So then he had no more hands to punch him. So then our pilot just pushed him off of the plane, and everyone clapped. But then afterwards, the hijacker pilot flew up. Like, he fell out of the window, out of the door, but then he somehow survived because he can fly. So he flew up onto our plane, and then he just killed our pilot with a knife. And then afterwards, he was like saying how he's going to hijack our plane. Well, he already did, but like he said he was going to like kill everyone. And then another plane who was a good pilot came, and then he saved us. And then afterwards, oh no, it was a bad pilot. It was a bad pilot that came and saved us because he was fighting with the other bad pilot. So they were deciding who was gonna kill us. But then afterwards, we have a coward pilot in the back. In the back of our plane that was too scared to fight and do anything, even though they can fly the plane. So then afterwards, like when we thought it was all over, then there's a good pilot who came out and who like jumped into the plane and then saved us. Yay! Okay, and then I also remember, since we were flying into the storm at the start, there was like some kid behind me who was like, oh, I felt that when like a water droplet came over, and water droplets splashed into the bus, or like bus plane truck thing that we were sitting in. And then he said, I felt that. And then afterwards, there was a huge wave because it was like a tsunami storm, and then it was like washed over us, everyone, and we were all soaking wet. And then I said, I felt that. And then everyone laughed.